Oliver, it's peak Christmas shopping time, and yet you wouldn't think it, given all the discounts and freebies that the retailers, the big retailers, are offering shoppers to try to lure them into the shops over the next few days. Christmas is supposed to be a boom time for the retailing industry, isn't it?
It is, yes, and a lot of them do a big part of their business in November and especially December, particularly the non-food retailers. So this really is peak season for them, and it should be great. You know, Christmas going into an economic recovery, everyone should be spending. This should be great, but as you say, we're seeing a lot of discounting from the big retailing chains, both in Europe and in the United States. They're obviously trying to get the shoppers through the door in the run-up to the last few days of Christmas.
And is this because people don't have money to spend, or are they just, you know, cutting back on sort of this kind of discretionary spending and waiting for things to get better?
Well, partly it's normal behaviour from the retailers. They always tend to discount in the run-up to Christmas, and the amount of discounts around now are actually just less than they were in this period last year, particularly in the UK. So partly it's normal behaviour, and partly there's a weather impact. Again, in the UK, it's been a fairly mild early winter. That's left the clothing retailers, particularly with a lot of warm clothes left over, that they're trying to shift now.
And it's funny that it's kind of a transatlantic thing. It's happening in Europe and in the US at the same time.
Yes, that's right. Although if you look at the bigger picture, things are slightly more encouraging. Particularly in the US, we've had the Fed starting its tapering this week. And that's because the economy is picking up, and retail sales, although there is some discounting, the Christmas season is expected to be better this year than it was last year. So things are picking up, and that's started to be reflected in valuations. Share prices in the retail sectors on both sides of the Atlantic had a very good 2013 outperforming. So investors are starting to price in a bit of a retail recovery.
There's a lot of variation though in the retail sector in the terms of company valuations, isn't there? I mean, some of the PEs are in the stratosphere.
Yes, I mean, in the UK, ASOS, the online retailer, is way up into double digits, close to triple digits, and even more sort of bricks and mortar retailers, H&M and Inditex, the two European kind of growth plays, they're both well into the 20s. But you look at Marks and Spencer's, which is struggling a little bit, that's down on 13. And this is a really important Christmas for Marks and Spencer. They've just last year they brought in some new people to revamp their clothing ranges, and this is the first time their ranges have really been on the shelf, so it's a critical time.
Okay, well, the retail sector is as busy as ever this Christmas season, but it doesn't seem to be luring the customers in the sort of numbers it had hoped for. Thanks, Oliver.